Creations. Today I'm going to be making a custom dog wreath for a customer. As you can see, I already got started. That's because this is my first video and I had some issues, and so the first part of what I did not record, so that's fun. I guess it's some par for the course, right? Anyways, so today we're going to be using this sign, Live, Love, Rescue. This might be backwards, so I'm sorry. We'll have to figure out for next time how to fix that. But as you can see, I already gotten it ready for putting it on the wreath when we're done. And then I used a 21-inch Deco mesh. I actually used two different ones. Next time I do a wreath, I will go over how you do this part. So really today what we're going to do is we're going to finish the wreath. So with this sign, I know the customer didn't want red. She was fine with the sign the way it is, but didn't want there to be red in the wreath. So I saw purple and I thought, I really like this. I like that it's vibrant, but I don't want to do just purple. So I decided I was going to do this lime green as well. So I usually use 4 different ribbons, wired ribbons. So I have a 1.5 inch ribbon, wired ribbon with the dogs on it, and then the 2.5 inch that is lime green with the chevrons. And then I have another 1.5 inch that's dogs, and then this 2.5 inch argyle that's purple. Next time I'll show you how to cut the dovetails, but we have 18 pipe cleaners that we put on here. So we basically need 9 of each item that I just showed you, and we will alternate as we go around putting everything on. I'm going to group the purple with the green ribbon, and I'm going to group the green mesh with this purple ribbon. So each of these are 15 inches long. As you can see that there are 2 edges that they're basically adhered, so they're not going to mesh, or the mesh is not going to fray. If you hear any noise in the background, that's my dog. He is a part Chihuahua, so he's making himself comfortable. And he's still a puppy, so he doesn't know any manners. So we're going to go ahead and I start on the outside and then I work my way on the inside. So what we're going to do with the mesh is I'm going to make it as a ruffle. So what you do is you just start bunching it up like this. And I'm doing it slow so you can see. It's not much. I'm just gathering little by little as I go along till I get to the end. And then what I like to do is I kind of like to just fold it over so that the open pieces that can fray are now going to be in the inside, because can you see that it is starting to fray a little bit? So I like to do it like that because then you won't see it so much either. So there's a couple ways that you can put this on. You can either put this on and then you alternate colors the whole thing and then you do the ribbons, or you do it together. So I'm going to actually do it together. So you take your 2.5 inch and your 1.5 inch. You want to find what the middle is. So you fold it in half and you find your middle. I'm pretty good at guessing the middle, but then what you do is you actually just kind of gather it in the middle like this. And then, sorry, I let this go. Then you put it on top of your mesh like this. So you're now holding it all together with your fingers. And it's going to go on the wreath with the seam side and the non-printed side of your ribbon facing down, because we want to see the design. So then what you do is you reopen your pipe cleaner, and you take your mesh and your ribbon, put it in between the two pipe cleaners, and then you want to push it down as much as you can, because you want to try and make the pipe cleaner tight. Now, this is the last time we're going to open the pipe cleaner, so you want to twist it at least 3 or 4 times, because you want to think of it in the regard that you're not going to be opening this again. It's not going to be coming open again, because it's going to be hanging up in your home. So then I just kind of, I get it situated, and then what you do is you take the ribbon and you make it like an X. So if I do the 1.5 inch this way and the 2.5 inch this way, I'm going to be doing it the opposite, going the other way. So now it looks like an X. You see that? And it's okay if your mesh does fray, you can trim it at the end. Unfortunately, it's par for the course with this. This mesh though, I like, it doesn't do that as much. You have some that are metallic and have foil in it, and those are not as easy to work with. So then we're gonna alternate every other one. So now I'm going to take my green and we just bunch it up. Do the ruffle. And I'm just gonna twist it so it's going in a little bit. And then I'm going to grab my 2.5 inch and my 1.5 inch. And this is the middle, so I can actually, if I want, just put it on top like that. But I'll just go ahead and bunch it up again, and then that goes on top. I'm not the most coordinated person, so don't worry if you're not coordinated. You'll figure it out. And then here's our next pipe cleaner. Now, as you go around too, this might not look how you had put it, so afterwards you just fix it again. But I'm going to untwist my pipe cleaner. And keep in mind too, I'm left-handed, so this might not look correct to those of you that are right-handed, but that's okay. If you need to pause the video and re-watch it so you know what you need to do, by all means do that. That's what I had to do. So we put this in between the two, pull this as tight as you can, and then twist it at least 3 or 4 times. And then make sure the mesh is in there okay. Sometimes it sticks. Looks like I might have put a little too much there, so I'll just pull it through a little bit. And then we will make an X. There's no right or wrong way as far as putting your ribbon on. You can alternate it however you would like. And what I mean by that is, over here, we had done the 1.5 inch going this way and the 2.5 inch going this way, and I just did 2.5 inch going this way and 1.5 inch going that way. It really doesn't matter as long as they, when you put it on, are opposite of each other, because that's the point. I have a feeling I'm going to be fighting with this mesh today. All right. And that goes over here. But we won't worry about that right now. We'll just go ahead, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the whole rest of the bottom, and then when I come back, we'll get started on the top. Okay, so now we got the outside done, and now we're going to work on the inside. So we just finished here. So the next pipe cleaner is here. You might have some that are going to be the same next to each other, but that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and we'll start with the purple next. And I will go ahead and finish it up, and I'll be right back. All right, so now everything is on here. As you can see, like I said, we're gonna have to move things around because they were moved while making this. If you see any stragglers like this, you can just trim them off. I apologize if you can hear my husband. So he's working from home now, as I'm sure many of you have the same situation due to the virus going on. That would be the COVID-19 or coronavirus that's affecting our world right now. And just like me, he's got his voice travels, I will say. So this part is now done. So what we're going to do next is we're going to make a bow to put on here, and then we will add the sign. Okay, so I have my Deluxe Easy Bow Maker. I actually have a bow dabber also. I have found that I really like to use this, especially because it will hold a spool of ribbon. We are going to use this ribbon, and then I think we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this on top. I thought that this would complement the colors that I had already done. I kind of wanted to add in some dark green to maybe pop a little bit. So let's get started on this. So what I do, so go ahead and prepare the dovetail at the end. So you just fold it in half, and whether you're right-handed or left-handed, you always start where the wire is and cut in so that it looks like that. And I made it a little uneven. Go figure. So let me just trim that. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is determine how long do you want your ends to be. I don't want them to be that long because I think I want to put a couple bows on here. So I'm not going to make them that long. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with 8 inches. So I just take it and I grab it here, or you bunch it up, and then you twist it. And what you want to end up with is the nice side or the pattern side up. And then over here, you're going to have the back side or the no pattern on the back, on this side. So then we're going to put it on here. And then I think I'm gonna just go ahead and do 5-inch loops for now. So you can go ahead and pull some of this out. Give yourself a little bit to work with. And then, so you fold it over, you actually put it in between the same spot to the 5-inch mark here. And I try and I hold it while I twist it. Because again, if we weren't to twist it, we would actually have the inside facing up, and we don't want that. So we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Twist it again. Shh. Sorry about that. They bark if they hear anything, and right now it's raining in San Diego, and so the slightest thing that they hear, they start barking. So to the 5-inch mark again, twist it. gonna go ahead and do 3 on each side. And then you don't need to twist it because we're done. And then just gonna kind of eyeball it. And then we're gonna dovetail the end of that. Wire side. And then in. So, and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and spread these out. Okay, then we're going to take our next ribbon, cut a dovetail again. Cut it from the wire going in. Let's see. I think with this, we might not be able to do very many loops, but that's okay. So I'll do 8-inch tail again. And the nice side up. Twist it. This time I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit less than the 5-inch. I'll go, I guess, about 4 inches. Let's see how many loops we can get out of that. Oh, I like how these are looking already. They look really nice. So I hope everybody's doing good, having to be isolated and whatnot. I think it's better to be isolated than to catch whatever this nasty virus is that's going on. My husband and I have actually been sick, finally feeling better, actually yesterday and today. Had a cough. We didn't have any fever though. So I think I'm only gonna be able to get that much. And then I'll have to cut the rest, yeah. So we'll just do 2 loops on each side. Okay, and then we're going to use this one. And I'm just going to do 1 loop with this. Cut off this end. Do the same 8-inch tail. Twist it. So we'll go here. And we'll do a little bit shorter of a loop for these, about 3-inch mark. And this has the measurements on here, so it's easier to see, which is great, I think. Excuse me. go ahead, cut this, and cut a dovetail. Okay, so we'll kind of move this in between. Oh, I like how that looks. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll take it off. I like to fasten my ribbon with a zip tie. It's just easier for me. So you put the zip tie, flip it over, you can go ahead and put it down. And before you go ahead and completely push it down all the way, just go ahead and fix your loops, fix your whatever. Because it's a little bit harder to move everything once you've gotten it tight. And then I take a pipe cleaner and then I stick it through here. Then I finish tightening it, and then you cut it off, at the end off. And you can go ahead and fluff your bow now, but you're also gonna have to re-fluff it anyways once you put it on the wreath. You can also hold this if you need to, but I usually like to just I like to use both my hands. Kind of just get the ends to curve a little bit, to curl, I mean. And there it is. I like that. And you can kind of just press these together so you can't see the zip tie in the middle. If you really wanted to, you could have done a little loop here so that you had that in the middle. And then, all right. I think I'm gonna leave it at just the one because, actually, let's just see what it looks like. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling the bow here. And maybe this sign here. Or I put the sign in the middle, put this bow here and another one. Let's see. I'll be right back. I'm gonna figure this out. All right, so I decided to make two bows. I went ahead and put the sign on. Here are my two bows. I love how they look. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put one here and one here. Let's see, how's that gonna look? Or do I want it here and here? No, I think I like it there. Okay. So I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna find a spot to go ahead and put it through, and I want to use the wireframe underneath to hold this on to the wreath. Don't worry about going through the mesh, you can. It's totally fine. Sometimes it's easier said than done too to fish it through the mesh. And I have it on sideways. Okay, let's see. You don't want to pull it too tight either, because if you do, then it'll smash the bow. Let's see. I'm just gonna temporarily put it on here for now. You want to make sure that you have a wire in between too, that you can wrap your pipe cleaner around. Let's see. And then we'll put the other one up here. And do the same thing. Hopefully this one won't take as long. Let's see, where do I want to put it? Put it here. Okay. There's one. And there's the other one, but it's not, it's going a different way. Where are you going? Okay. I think. Is that on the, let's see. No, almost on the other side. Okay, so basically you want it to be on either side of the wire, so you have something to hold it onto. And then same thing, we don't want to pull it too tight. And then, whoops. That one got kind of smashed when I flipped it over. So let's see. We want to go ahead and fluff these bows one final time. There. And there it is. Hopefully it's not upside down. Let's do it both ways. That's cute. Super cute. All right. Well, thank you for joining me while I made this Live, Love, Rescue wreath for a custom order for a customer. Again, I'm Angela at 3L Creations. You can find me on all social media at the number 3 LELLE Creations with an S, and I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. You can also find me on my website at www.3lcreations.com. Again, that's the number 3 ELLE Creations, and looking forward to seeing you next time. Please like, share. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much.